Hello, this is Olu again, Nuggets of Wisdom. I just want to talk about you today. My topic today is a man and his woman. Let's talk about it. Before we go on, let's like, comment, hit the notification bell for new content. This is this is one of the most difficult topics that I had to discuss. Before I go on, I want to give you a quick disclaimer. I'm not a marriage family therapist. I have no degree or understanding of therapy, but I'm going to be talking from my own perspective of the things that I have read and I have experienced over my lifetime. So we're going to take this quote that I found in the Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. It goes this way. It says, it's a very old saying that a man's wife might either make him or break him. The reason is not always understood. Is the making and breaking is the result of the wife understanding or lack of misunderstanding of the emotions of love and sex. When I came across this statement, it just sums everything up. The emphasis is make or break. Any relationship, regardless, maybe friendship, work, the folks that you're dealing with, the different things you hook up with, those relationships can either make you or break you. But there's nothing that make you or break you like being married, for a man, being married to the wrong woman. And I said, I am not a marriage therapist. I already said that before. But according to this page, it will either make you or break you. We want to be on the side of making. The breaking part can be a lot. There's a lot of negative things that happen when a man chooses the wrong woman. There's a lot of things that happen that you get into a point that what's supposed to be easy becomes so much of a struggle that emotionally, financially, is tasking. So I want to back up another statement that I read from Millionaire Next Door, which I thought was very, very powerful. It's one of the 9 reasons for the Millionaire Next Door. One of the things they said here. Millionaire Next Door is a book wrote by Thomas Stanley. It was about millionaires and how they make money. One of the things they say here is very powerful. Say marriage can easily benefit your financial life. People who get and stay married tend to be much wealthier than never married singles, according to research by J. Zagorsky at Ohio State University. By retirement age, married people have nearly 10 times the financial assets of singles, according to a study by the National Bureau of Economic Research. Listen to this. So I'm sweating a little bit. But divorce can directly shrink your wealth. Zagorsky found that people who split up experience an average wealth drop of 77%. So while the uber rich may be able to divorce and remarry with relatively impunity, dividing assets can be wickedly costly for everyone else. That's just the financial part. So a man and his woman, in 2021, it's what used to happen before is different what's happening now. Those guys who are growing up, 2 people come together, they have less resources, they start from zero, and they say, okay, we're all going to work together. Whatever you have, I have, we're going to come together and build this thing together. If you in your lifetime find somebody, if you're a young person and you find somebody that y'all can build together, great. But let me be honest, those things are actually is a dying species. That's not really happening anymore as much from what I'm seeing. So that is what I want to say to you guys. It is not easy to choose the wrong person, because choosing the wrong person will lead you in a pathway that you can't really explain. 77% of wealth is lost due to divorce. Then we're just talking about money here. Let's talk about the emotional part. I was reading this thing that was called the emotional part that happens to do with relationships. You see, especially if you have children. One of the studies I read here, there's less time spent with one of the parents that is not living in the home. That's number one. Number two, emotionally, kids are confused. What's happening? They have to move from house to house. This is, I'm not saying there's some relationships that have to end regardless. And some people actually come out better, right? But let's be honest. Is there always going to be a silver lining in some relationships that after the divorce? Probably. But mostly it's not the case. So if choosing the wrong person taxed you financially, taxed you emotionally, where do you, so your choice impacts your life totally. Go back to the statement. It's an old saying that a man's wife will either make him or break him. Especially if you're not the uber rich. If you choose the right person and no one knows the right person, like nobody goes in and say, oh, I'm going to choose the wrong person today. That's not the case. Life just happens. And we are not really, there is no manual for this. There is no how you can do this. But what has happened that over time, you need to get to a point whereby you have to start looking at patterns of how do I mitigate my risk? How do I limit these problems? How do I try not to choose the wrong person? Life is going to happen anyway. It doesn't mean you're always going to get it 100% right. But at least you are thinking about it. And you see, what men do is that we don't, she's cute, we like her, oh, we wife her up. And you wife her up, then you're in trouble. Young man, grown man, let me give you some free game. Based on my experience and what life I've seen and what things we have done as men. Number one, we need to get our mind right. Our mind has to be solid. In 2021, in 2022, you cannot slack off. You cannot not be on your game. You have to understand that everything stems from me. How I view life, who I am, what's going to happen, views from me. If I'm saying I'm going this direction, this is my program, what is our life going to look like? Those are so many things that you have to look at as a man. And there's no emotions about this. Yeah, we have to like them, we have to be attracted to them, but it's not emotions. So I'm going to give you things very quickly. I'll give you two things of choosing the wrong person that may cause you. Number one, it will cause you financially, it may cause you emotionally. Secondly, it will cause you financially. Emotionally deals with that. If you have children, that will impact that. Financially means if you're in your 30s or 40s, that's 10 years of money you could have accumulated in your retirement that's actually not going to happen unless, you can, life is, you can hit the big money or you have a big business and things happen. That's possible. But we're going through the regular folk, that may be the end of that may be the end of their financial life, or they're never going to actually get to that retirement age where they can really relax. So I'm going to give you 7 points very quickly why, as a man, you should choose wisely. Number one, a man should have his own identity. Who are you? You have to have your own identity, because when you don't have your own identity, people will bring down, they will tell you your identity. They will explain your identity to you. So you really don't know who you are. So you get into this relationship because you want that image. Number 2, don't choose a spouse based on vibe and chemistry. That is important. But choose on compatibility. What do I mean by that? I have a lot of people I vibe with. I have a lot of people probably I have chemistry with. But are we compatible? No, we're not. They're fun to be around. We vibe well. We have chemistry, but we are not compatible. Number 3, do not, you cannot leave life to chance. Get a therapist. There's this thing called Gottman, Gottman therapists. These are therapists who have looked at marriages for the last, 30, 40 years, and they can tell if a marriage will actually end in long-term or divorce. Get a therapist. And I don't mean therapist when you get into trouble. Get a therapist before you decide that you now want to move from I'm now dating her to now that we're going to get married. Get that therapist. Once you're on that journey and you think, oh, okay, I like her, she likes me, we vibe well, we have chemistry, I think we're compatible, get a therapist. Number 4, focus on the marriage and not the wedding day. There's so much emphasis about the clothes, about the image, about that. We don't even talk about how's our income going, what's our credit score, where are we going to live, how things are going to work, how do you even envision how marriage is going to look like. We don't even think about that. Even though you're not going to marry, what's our long term looking at? Number 5, give relationship time. Time has a way of revealing people's intent, motives, and lifestyle. When you give things time, you're not rushing. You're not. You're looking at things just the way they are. And for that being said, you will just know you're not going. At some point, you can't lie to yourself. This ain't working. Her motive and my motive don't align. And if they align, then yeah, we'll move forward. Number 6, follow your gut, your intuition. Men have it too. It's not only women. You know, that's why the song, the girl is poison. You know she poison. You know she ain't good for you, but she killed. You have to follow your gut and say, no, I like her, she looks good, but it's not good for my long-term health. Number 7, stay away from labels. You see, my problem with social media today is that we have a lot of labels. You remember back in the day, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie had Brangelina. We had different names. We had the power couple. It doesn't give us time to actually grow as human beings. So, ladies and gentlemen, my brothers and sisters, like, comment, hit the notification bell for new content. I just want to let you know, man, you need to choose wisely. A man and his woman. A few good men. God bless. I'm out.